I'm in the kitchen cooking something good.
Mm.
I'm fixing to fix something up for good.
Yeah, like a woman. Like a woman supposed to be in the kitchen. Only thing you miss is being barefoot and pregnant.
Oh my God.
The only thing you missing is the
Oh
barefoot.
my God. You know how many times, like they didn't say barefoot and pregnant, but you know how many times guys have sat there and said, like, cause here's the thing. When you live in, I feel like it's a South thing, but maybe it's a like maybe it's, in the certain areas like New Orleans, where,
Mm,
in our family, you're like, I remember distinctly growing up where the guys were out watching football and
mhm.
the women were in the kitchen, right? And then
Uh-huh.
I'd be in the kitchen, like, why the hell I'm in the kitchen?
What I'm doing?
You
What
know,
am I doing here?
like while all my other siblings,
Mm.
because Katrina wasn't around then. While all my other siblings just chilling, like there's a bunch of boys, like like it was like literally me
Mhm.
and I think Rashonda.
Yeah, and Aunt Frida and mhm.
It was everybody else was older, so I'm like just us, and then all the other boy cousins in the front, like nigga gets to work.
Ah! Ah! And you looking over there like trying to teach you to be a woman so you can
But
be
I
out.
appreciate it now. I
Mhm,
like it.
mhm,
Like I appreciate that time. I appreciate those things. I don't know if it's old people reminiscing,
mhm.
but it's like but I realized how unique it is because I was around, like, if I was dating somebody and I cooked food and I fixed them a plate and they're like, "Ooh."
Yeah, that puts you a little something in your repertoire. You got a little something extra.
Like they were like, I was like, a plate? That's it? That's all it take? A plate?
See, brothers are simple. Y'all just overthink that thing.
Did you send me that or did I send you that with the guy who got the meal from the girl? He's like, look, I ain't looking to be in a relationship. And he's like, you made
I
this?
think no, I don't know Katrina. I think Katrina said that or something. I don't know. I didn't send it, but I saw it. Yeah.
That was
Uh, hey,
hilarious. You
that's
made
what it is, though. That's what it is. Women they underestimate that old school woman. that girl, he go get a ring. Look, hold on, let me. I think this for you.
I thought that was hilarious.
They underestimate the old school qualities that men used to look for. They still look for that sometime. We ain't
I mean,
we ain't going too far from the from our grandpappies.
Grandpappy.
My grandpappy.
Um, did you see the text messages that I sent to everybody with your thirst trap picture?
No, I wasn't in the country, so I didn't get no kind of text messages.
Oh,
So
I was
that's what
not
that was
tried it.
about. Because it was a bunch of it was. I didn't get none of that. I didn't get none of that because I'm like, what is going on? Why is all these? Yeah, I didn't
For the
get none of that.
audience, for the audience, in case y'all don't know, if y'all haven't been on
It's
his
all I
page.
got right here. Look, see how it say.
Oh, I got
Yep,
you. I'm gonna send it
yep.
to you. I'm gonna
Oh,
send it to
okay.
you
So
when
you're
this
gonna
is done.
resend it. You're gonna make sure you resend it. Okay.
I'm gonna take snapshots so you can see the conversation.
How nice of you to keep me
I,
informed.
I, I try. I
Uh,
try nothing
I,
to
I
be given.
I appreciate you. I appreciate.
Um, so the y'all who don't know out into the world, uh, my brother decided to put up some pictures, and one of them was a little thirst trap picture of him in a bathtub with the little bubbles and stuff on his nether regions,
I was
covering
in
up to
the
his little
jacuzzi.
top
Thank you.
tie.
I was in the
Huh?
jacuzzi. Thank you. I was in
He
the
was
jacuzzi.
in a jacuzzi.
I was in the jacuzzi. On the
Oh, okay,
balcony.
okay.
On the balcony. So, we
And
going.
so he decided to post that picture, right? So somebody decided to send our father a message on the family group chat saying, "Look, you need to do something about that. He making Willies look bad. He thirst trapping. Old people thirst trapping."
It's like,
Hashtag I'm telling daddy.
uh,
It was a whole discussion. It was great. It was great. It
okay.
was great.
So I'm glad I could give y'all joy. I call myself clowning one of my homeboys that's in they always put pictures up like that that I graduate with. So that's what that was about. And then
Oh,
yeah.
that's why he responded like that.
Yeah, no, the one I tagged in was the one that always saying something about it. Said, man, you need to get your boy. So I tagged him. I said, I'm doing my Eddie Granger now. I'm getting my Eddie Granger on. So he said, hey, if you can't beat him, I guess you got to join him.
Hey, hey, hey. I mean, you never know who's looking.
Okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It's coming through now.
It's a mess. A mess. It's great.
What the world? Y'all all just jealous. I think this is a good picture to go on his shirt so his grandkids can have something to look back on. You mean you? uh,
It's
don't
great.
support this. It's a cry for help. This is how your oldest son is representing your name, Dad. Shaking my head. How does it make you feel? Find a picture of Willie when he was a baby taking a bath. He just missing some champagne in his hand. Oh, champagne in his hand. I'm glad I could give people joy. That's what I do.
That's the point. That's the point. If,
That's the
if
point. Give
nothing was
people joy
living,
in
give
this
people
world.
joy.
Hey,
So I sent. Oh, so where have we been? Where have we been?
I know where I was at one week. I was watching the Saints and Falcons game. That's where I was at.
Well, that was the week I wanted to come back, but
Yeah.
but I had COVID, so I don't know if that's a full excuse, but I'm gonna consider it an excuse. I had COVID, so I was on and it wasn't like it was COVID like. It wasn't the same, like it wasn't the COVID of yesteryear.
So Amarion, you was
Yeah,
dancing. You was
yeah.
dancing. What you doing?
And let me tell you about Black people. So all of a sudden I'm talking to these people, because I'm like, when I had it, I was like, I think I got COVID. And it was like, I think you're overreacting, la 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 la, which is fine. I'm not a doctor. My degree is nowhere near in medicine. So I'm just going by how I feel. And it went from I was perfectly fine to like an extreme sore throat. It was like a gradual. It just went straight there.
Oh, from
in
one
my
to
perspective.
How many days?
And
I mean, how many days did you?
the sore throat, everything, I kept getting symptoms like the symptoms would change every 2 to 3 days. And it was like it went from a extreme sore throat to a high grade fever, and then it went to body aches, and then it went to a cold, and then it stayed at a cold for a while. So, but the exhaustion, shit. All I did was sleep.
You didn't get no like lung, like you didn't feel like you was out of breath, did you? Okay, so
no, not this time.
yeah, okay. Oh yeah, you
but
had
I had it before.
I forgot you had it before. Yeah. So
but that time I was sick for like 2 months. And then it was like so the reason why, because I stayed away from my family too for like the old school rules of 21 days instead of like these new school rules of 2.5 days.
5 days.
Like how you feel? Okay, that's fine. But because I copped to actually having COVID with people, because people would be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And I'm like, "I got COVID. I can't hang out." I started to hear people's story. Like, man, I think I had COVID too, but
But I went out and I partied and it was good the next day. It was good. I'm
like, I think I got it from you.
Oh wow!
like I think like if you were okay, like I started hearing all these different stories, and then my homegirl got COVID, and her family. She has 2 boys. Her husband got it, and she got tested, and she didn't have it. And so her kids, she was afraid her kids had it. And it turns out they did test positive for it, but their symptoms weren't that bad. And so she went to the doctor again, and the doctor told her that he tested positive. He still is testing positive. So she kept him, and they're in Florida. So she kept him out of school for that day. So she had kept him out of school already because he had COVID, but she kept him out of school extra day. And the people said if he don't bring him to school the next day, they're gonna call truancy.
COVID? They don't know there's a pandemic, a real pandemic, right? They don't know.
I guess it's Florida. I guess Florida don't recognize. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a Trump. Whatever. It's Trump territory. So, a Republican, red state.
I just think that's crazy. I'm like, this person is trying to. So you're gonna you're gonna give COVID to the other kids because he's actively testing positive. So the rules are amazing to me. And like after I went and did all of what I did, I said, let me go to the doctor to make sure I'm good, right? As far as the symptoms are concerned. I went to the doctor and the doctor said, well, we can't see you. You had COVID.
Oh, oh shit. Oh, you're
You have to
infected. Get
come
away
back
from
when
us. We don't do
you
that
have to
type
come
of
back
stuff.
when you don't have COVID. I'm like,
So we can tell you don't have COVID.
wait, you want me to go to the doctor because I feel bad, but because I have COVID, I have to wait till I don't have COVID to deal with issues of me feeling bad. Got it.
Maybe the feel bad to go away, and that's why I think that's why some people are dying because people, oh, you have COVID. No, I think I've had a chest pain in my left side. No, that might be COVID. No, it's a heart attack. No, it's COVID. We're not gonna see you. No,
Just don't understand it. I don't
we don't
understand.
know what's going on. Nobody knows. Nobody.
But that's not the conversation at hand
Yeah,
today.
that's not what's the conversation about? Because I don't know. You told me something. You messaged me, and I'm like, okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
So,
I see you because you were thirst trapping. You didn't have time to even process
uh,
what was behind
no,
the
I didn't.
message or
No,
nothing.
I
You're
didn't
like,
want to
it's good
process.
enough.
Yeah, no, that was
I'm
Friday.
on
You sent that
vacation.
message. So that was Saturday. That picture came. Nope, it didn't happen. So I had to. You saw my artwork. I had to put some artwork together last minute. Do you see the? No, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it.
Anyway,
I'll check it out.
you'll go back and see
Uh,
it. But anyway, so
that's
talk.
what's my Facebook mag and funny. Um, but so I saw a video. You know who Brittany Renner is?
I do.
So
Yeah, we talked about her.
yes.
Yeah, we talked about
So I saw a video with Brittany Renner,
her. Hmm.
and she was talking to Fresh and Fit.
Okay.
And it was with DJ Academics. He was doing a video with them, right? And it was a very contentious video initially. Initially, it was contentious, but uh, they got to impasse, and they decided to start playing nice with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, and I think they had a good dialogue about her situation. I don't remember what was your position on her?
Yeah, I was trying to say that man was damn financially abusing that damn woman. And I didn't think.
I didn't say that.
Okay,
I said it
you
could be.
sided with the person that said that. You
I said
sided
it
with him.
could be.
Okay, no, it's not.
I'm not ignoring the
So, okay.
possibility.
So I looked it up. That woman is worth I want to say $1 million or so. So I want to be financially abused with $1 million in the damn bank. Fuck that. I want to be abused. Abuse me. But no, my position was that she was a you groomed this young man to be, you knew he was going to be in the NBA. You went around with your older ass, and you threw it up in his face, and stayed around. If it was a dude, um, he would have been. They would have been looking at him. He would have been R. Kelly, Me Too. He'd have been all that. So that was my position on it.
I don't disagree with that statement. I think the optics of it are terrible, right? If it were a man, it would be like it would be horrible. Um, in this age, because back in the day it wasn't horrible, it was fine. But in this day and age, it would be horrible, and I think they should keep that same energy. Well, so they were talking about how she uh wants to find somebody who's faithful to be in a relationship with. And he was like, but you don't want somebody faithful. You want somebody who loaded to be faithful to you, and you're looking for impossible. Right? And I was like, I don't disagree with them. And I was like, am I agreeing with Fresh and Fit? What?
No, I mean they are salacious in a lot of stuff they do, but they are pretty much red pill content for the most part. So it's built on the same idea. Hypergamy. Women are usually hypergamous, so and which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, anybody that's listening to me, hey, there's nothing wrong with you trying to get the best bang for your buck or for your looks. As women, she's a decent looking woman. She shouldn't be, she should get what she want out the deal, but not after you wrote a book talking about how guys are stupid, athletes are stupid, and all this other. Not after doing all that. I mean, you get a scarlet letter for that one. I mean, come on now, you can't do that and then go back and be like, oh, I want somebody that's faithful, somebody that's making a lot of money faithful. No, you shitted on dude. I mean, you went after him first of all. You said they were stupid, and you went after an athlete. You got them. You got pregnant. You know, you try to act like y'all was married, which they wasn't married. They keep saying they was. They weren't married. And 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 now you're looking for something that nobody want to give you. You know, now you.
Well, but even if so, I think all of those statements are independent statements.
Hmm.
She could have been the best at everything to everybody in life and still wasn't going, like, you're as faithful as your options. Chris Rock said that shit.
I agree with that. No, I agree with that. But
and so I was listening to her
but
talk.
her options were open until she started doing what she was doing. You start closing doors. What I'm trying to say.
No, she fine. People still sliding in her DM. She fine. Ain't nobody like at the end of the day, she said stuff that people didn't like to hear, but did she lie?
No, and I'm not saying she lied. I'm not saying it is, but the thing is, okay, yes, she find people sliding her DMs, but what are they sliding her DMs for? That's the point.
But eventually she'll get somebody who's okay with it. Like these people run in the same circle.
And they do.
They're looking for somebody who understands the rules of the game.
She don't understand the rules of the game because she wrote the book. That's not part of the rules of the game.
Like she's doing that for I feel like she's what's the word I want to say? I feel like she's doing that for salaciousness. I don't believe she believes that.
But even at that, right? No man wants a woman out there with some loose lips. And I'm not talking about the other, I'm saying, running her mouth. I'm not talking about the other lips. Just to be clear, don't me too me. Running her mouth. No man wants a woman out there just loose at the lips, talking all their business,
Yeah, but by that time she was already hated on. Like this podcast ain't about that, but I'm saying we'll wrap that part up of it.
Okay, cool.
But she was already being hated on by that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like let's not act like stuff doesn't happen in a vacuum. Mm-hmm. Like she was pregnant. She had and I'm not excusing her behavior. And even she doesn't excuse her behavior because since we had that conversation, I mean, for some reason, you know what it is? My phone be listening to us. And so then it say, hey, you're interested in this? Here's Brittany Renner. And I'm like, why is Brittany Renner popping up? So I started seeing more and more videos of her talking to Vlad TV. Right. She was talking to some basketball player. She was on his podcast and some other stuff.
Was she on No Jumper? Was she on that?
I didn't see her on No Jumper, but she could be. I mean, because you know how No Jumper does. He go from Vlad, anybody go on Vlad go on No Jumper.
Yeah. They make their rounds.
So, I mean, but all the guys, you know what I mean? They might not like what she had to say, but everybody was like, she didn't lie.
Yeah, no.
So,
but that's the truth. I mean, a guy's going to be like, hey, she ain't lying, but I still ain't messing with her, so, she's going to get somebody. And I'm not saying that nobody ain't going to deal with her. Yeah, she's cool. She all right.
You don't think her?
She all right. I don't, I'm different though.
No, if you're looking at just looks, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, if you look at just your looks, yeah, you're gonna go for that, yeah.
So, something about that made me sit. I was thinking about it because I was looking, and no shade to. There's gonna be a shady statement in Fresh and Fit. They're ugly men. They're highly unattractive men, both of them, and they get good quality tank.
Yeah, based on fame and money. Yeah, that's what it is. It's always been like that with men.
Yes. So the question came to mind while I was sitting there watching Mr. Magoo and
Mr. Fit, Mr. Magoo.
I was watching them. The question came to mind is if to ask you this question, and then I was like, why not put it on a podcast? Who, if you had an opportunity, if the Lord said we're about to born you into the world, would you pick being a male or a woman?
What time period?
We can only go by now.
Okay, now what's my race?
Well, no, let's keep race out of it because of course race matters.
Yeah, it matters. Okay, then why take it out of it if it matters?
Well,
I'm asking the Lord for something, right? It's just like you ask a genie for something. You know what you do, right? You got to ask. What you say?
But as soon as we add that component in it, now it changes the dynamic. Like I want to keep it just male female as opposed to race relations.
Okay, let's take race out of it. I'm gonna throw that. What's my age?
Well, I mean, you're born into the world, so you're going to be born.
Okay, got you. I'm born. Okay, cool. Born into this world today. Um, I'm gonna say a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and I figured you would say that. I would have been disappointed if you said man, not because it's the wrong answer, but because I feel like you think women have a better shot. And then I was like, well, wait, Nicole, what do you feel about it? And I'm like, I would pick man all day, every day. And I was like, but so why?
You asking me why? Okay, so why the woman? When you say better shot, right? What are we talking about better shot? First of all.
No. I'm just asking you your why. Before I tell you.
I mean, but you said a better shot. So
I'm going to explain that, but I'm just wondering your why first.
My why is that women get passes in life. Women get out of jail free coupons. They get they get to break down, and nobody ever judges them for that. For breaking down, you might say something about it, but they're not going to judge them for that. I mean, they're emotional. You're in a period. You know, you get all kind of passes, right? Y'all get all kind of passes. When you can, if you're beautiful, right? You get I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna spend all kind of exorbitant amount of money on your ass, and you can live the life, right?
Pretty privilege is a thing.
Grew up.
Pretty privilege is a thing.
Yes, pretty privilege is a thing. You get taken to a trip to a wedding, and you get. Let me stop it. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway,
remind me when we get off this podcast and tell you something about. To tell you a story about one of our nieces. I ain't gonna put it on blast. Okay. It's hilarious.
Okay, cool.
The other niece ain't shit.
Okay, always. We know what it is. We know what it is. But you get to you get you get all kind of pass. You get all kind of perks for being a woman. Yes, there's downsides to everything. But I think one of the perks, and that's why I want to put race in it, because certain perks that people get based on race also matters. Like you said, it does matter. Hold on, we got a comment. I don't know what that is. Somebody, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Anyway, somebody from Egypt or something. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Assalamu alaikum, whatever. I don't know. Anyway,
I think you used the wrong one, but it's okay.
Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I'm jet lag. I just got from Cancun. I just came from Cancun 2 hours ago. So 3 hours ago. I'm sorry. 3.5 hours ago. Anyway, do what?
You lucky you didn't get murdered.
No, Cancun? Nah, that's straight. No, ain't nothing going on.
It wasn't.
Huh?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't up until anyway. Go ahead.
Well, I'm too dark, and they won't mess with me. Neck of them. But yeah, like I said, it's a bunch of perks. With being a woman. If
so I'm just sorry.
I say if we just talk about making it, that's my answer based on making it. Go ahead.
Do you feel like the reason why you have that answer is based on true reality or your reality based on your experience as a man?
Observable reality. I mean, that's the reality that I see. It's not my experience.
So based on your experience from your lens as a man.
Yeah, I guess so, but I mean, based on everything, I've seen a bunch of women. I've worked around women for 7 years. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've heard a lot of stuff. I know a lot of things. So based on all that, all my information is not a small lens. It's a wide angle lens.
Well, I mean, it's still a small lens because you're still viewing it from and mine's is small too. Keep that in mind. Mine's is small because I will never know what it's like to be a man. I will never have to experience what you experience. I never get to see it because I'm not exposed to it. Right. I would say man, right? because based on my experience and what I see, right? If we're talking about jobs, right? I understand the dynamic of being a Black man. It's harder for a Black man to get a position. But once they do get a position, like if they Uncle Tom in it or whatever the case may be, once they do get a position in a job, their opinion is much more valued than a woman's opinion. Even like I've never cried at my job, not once, ever have I cried at my job. But it's always like you don't have to get hysterical. I'm like, the fuck is he talking about? Like I'm not. It's harder for me to be taken seriously as a woman than it is for a man to be taken seriously, right? I'm trying to keep it straight sexist.
Okay.
But even if I put that in there, right? So then we talk about financial components. Like if I go out and if I go somewhere, like if I want to buy a car, I gotta be mansplained every guy. Like they don't take be serious. If I've come back with my homeboy, like Johnny, to go get a car, and the price was cheaper. So you mean financially, my vagina gets in the way? Not to mention just the actual statement of a pink tax. Like I gotta pay taxes on. I don't get no kind of tax credit because I bleed. Like it's like, oh well, it's tough titty nigga, and you pay everything for that, and you have to go through the physical ailments of periods, of hormone changes.
Okay, you said making it. We not talking about.
No. I just said which one's better, being a man or a woman, and I'm looking at it from a total round situation. I haven't even gotten to relationships. We didn't even get there yet. I'm just talking about your physical body. All right, like where's that? Y'all take a blue pill. Y'all got prostate cancer, right? That's the one thing y'all got that we don't get. We get a plethora of things, fibroids. We get a plethora. Our bodies just say, fuck you, we hate you. And then no, we lost there. All right, we have babies.
Endometriosis. I can't remember how to say that, but yeah.
You said right. Endometriosis. Yeah.
There you go.
Like endometriosis.
I know a little something. See, I know about the woman's plight and struggle and all that shit. Anyway.
All of those things, the pains of being a woman, there's actual pains of being a woman, right? And let's not even talk about pregnancy and where them big head babies come out of, right? Let's not even talk about that. So I'm going to say men win there too. So then we go to relationships, right? Now, if we're talking about relationships as far as children are concerned, women win. Hands down, women win. All right, I'm not even going to insult the viewers and you with the time to discuss why women win on the children front. Do your research if I got to explain it.
Yeah. I was just talking about this pre-this, talking about Tyrese. Man, was he my baby? We were just talking about that.
Bad about that. I'm still laughing about it.
Yeah, you laughing. Look at you, evil woman.
Because man, this dude, he didn't take his medication. That's a different problem. That's a different problem. I feel like people who are in positions of in media and stuff like that, for you to get somewhere, you got to be a little crazy if you're in the pub, but that's a different conversation. So if we talk about just emotional relationships, right? Not talking about marriage. Oh shit, my battery went down. Hold on. I'm not talking about marriage. I'm talking about the process before marriage, right?
Okay. The dating process.
The dating process is highly likely that men win, in my opinion, regarding that, because they control the option to move forward with it, right? Women control the cooch.
They control the sex. They control sexual access, and men control marriage access. Yeah, I agree. Yes.
And so some people end up getting played because, sorry, I'm trying to set this up.
You
So they end up getting played from that standpoint. So from a certain standpoint, who has the most control in the realm of partnership and moving towards marriage, in my opinion, is men. Right?
Okay, go ahead. Finish your thought, and I'm gonna interject something.
But I'm open to saying that's a 50-50 answer.
Okay.
I'm open to that because
Why you say that before I say what I got to say?
because there are a lot of guys who are looking for companionship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Fresh and Fits of the world and the Brittany Renners and those kind of things are just being grossly oversold.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are people who understand that the best unit is a family unit.
Mm-hmm.
When two people are together, you know, they work together to get more. I think so. That's why I'm like, if you said women, I could be like, yeah, I would try to compromise 50-50.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tell you why I was saying what I was saying, why I was trying to get more specific, because I thought we was going to dating when you asked me that. So the thing is, what's wrong with you?
My battery's about to die. If it dies, I'll come back.
Okay. So the reason why I was going to say was that I asked about your age and all that because it matters in the dating realm. At a certain age, the women are winning when it comes to dating. We're talking 19
Okay.
up to 35, maybe. Let's say around 35. Men are losing 19 through 35 because women, y'all have inherent worth. 19 through 35, you have worth. What happens? Women, y'all could get pregnant. Men want their seed to be spread. They want their legacy. Whatever, not you. I'm talking about in general.
No, you ain't lie.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think it's stupid.
Okay.
Because that's like women are
biology,
giving up their women are giving up their leverage.
Why you say that? What's the leverage? What are you talking about?
Their leverage is like during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
If they're sitting here willing to get pregnant during that time frame, they're giving up their leverage to like if what you want is marriage,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're that kind of person and you want marriage and you want, you know, I'm not judging you, but if you're looking for marriage, you're giving up your leverage by not getting married before you get pregnant, and not getting married.
We're talking about marriage. No, let's be specific. We're talking about marriage. We're not talking about baby mama shit. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, but that baby mama shit is the reason why. Like some people, some people are giving away their power. I agree with you. If we're talking about age groups, women have the advantage, but they give away their power by getting pregnant.
We're talking about you need to be pregnant. You need to be married before you get pregnant.
I agree.
Okay, but you're throwing in the fact we're not talking about young women getting pregnant and then talk about marriage after. That does not work. It don't work.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm agreeing with you. Like but people, and I'm saying the reason why it becomes untrue what you're saying is because those women give away their power and then they get pregnant. They gave away their leverage.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, you was just drilling down on what I was trying to say. You was explaining more. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. So like I said, that you go to 35 because what happens at 35, you become high risk at 35. So that's biology, right? The whole and on the financial tip from a man is that men are worth less from 19 to 35. They're just trying to figure it out, trying to get their stuff together. They don't make as much money. So financially, they're not attractive to women between 19 and 35. So y'all win from 19 to 35, but they have a little middle period. Remember we had talked about this before, where there's a cross axis where the men and women are almost the same, right around 30, like 35 or something like that. That's the when we start going up and y'all start going down. And what I mean down is by down and kind of, gravity takes over some. Age starts to show a little bit.
Ailments happen.
Yeah, ailments happen.
Look, we didn't write these rules, but the rules exist.
It's biology. It's
well, it's not even biology. It's sociology.
Yeah, sociology. There we go. Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like society teaches us when we look on the news, when we look at the next great starlet, it's a young one, and if we look at an old person, like, don't she look good for her age?
Yeah, yeah. So, but the problem, I'm gonna say the problem, right? The problem with women getting up in age and not understanding this type of what we're talking about here, not understanding this, is that they overvalue their leverage at that point because your leverage has gone down and they overvalue their leverage. So you're looking at them 45, 50 years old, still thinking like they're 29 or 20 or 20s in their 20s, and Now they have an issue because they're disappointed because the
I
reality.
mean, and that's their problem though, because the thing, you know who I was talking about? Tyra Banks,
Mhm.
right? I saw a picture. Somebody told me that she always had a Tweety Bird head, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Look, not
And
not
somebody told me that her hairline has been pushed back like further.
Mhm.
And I saw a picture of her. I'm like, she's still a pretty woman,
Mhm.
but her hairline is non-existent. Jesus Christ. Um, and that's not. I'm not trying to be disparaging, but like it goes like why like then you start asking yourself why would you do that? And she's like, she got to stay on top of her stuff. She's
Mhm.
Tyra Banks,
Mhm.
and if she has to leverage her beauty.
Her beauty, yeah. As long as
That
she
means
can. That's why Vivica Fox happened. That's why these women go out and get, face surgery and all that other stuff because they're leveraging their beauty. And it is a time period to that. You can't do that forever.
Vivica Fox did that foolishness
Mhm.
with her face.
Well, she back to old Vivica now. She done
I'm
fixed.
so glad. I don't know how she fixed. I don't know who made that miracle happen.
She went and got the bestest surgeon, plastic surgeon, got him to get to work, get to it. But yeah, I mean, it's different answers. That's why I was trying to ask you, like, what's the age, whatever, because all that matters. Um, and I think, like we was talking about Fresher Fit, right, being red pill, right? I think
Mhm.
women might not like the message, but if they listen, they actually actively listen to some stuff that this red pill. I'm not saying Fresher Fit because they very salacious with a lot of stuff. They do a lot of shit that I'm like, all right, I don't even like. I don't even watch them really. But if you just look at other guys in that space, the Black Manosphere on YouTube, you'll start to learn like the female nature versus the male nature. And that's the thing, we've tried to get to the point where we just told biology doesn't matter, right? Men and women are this, they're that, and it doesn't matter. We're all equal, and it's just not the truth. Biology matters, science matters, all this matters, or it wouldn't be it wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have that knowledge. We're just trying to throw all the knowledge out the window and say, all right, this is a new world. We can make what we want to do. We can manifest it this way, manifest it that way. No, the hell you can't. You're gonna constantly get disappointed if you keep trying to do that.
I agree. And, or like if you're gonna learn a lesson, like here's the thing, right? Like I consider myself a realist, right? Some people sit there and say, "Oh, Nicole, your view is negative, like you have low self-esteem." Nah, I don't. I don't. Like like
Dumps. You in the dumps.
like the one that like Willie, have I ever said, I'm not like I mean I don't go around being like I'm the baddest bitch in the world, but I ain't going around here saying I mean I do like I feel like I am, but I don't go around here like saying I'm better than people.
Mhm.
But I belong. My position in this place in this world is just as important as anybody else's.
Anybody else? Yeah, yeah.
That's how I try to live my life, right?
There's a lane for everybody, and you have to understand what that lane is.
Well, yeah, and so that's the thing. And so I understand what happens. Like I understand that I'm not, like what do I want out of life? Like, and it's independent of how the
Pause that
world
thought.
sees
Pause
me.
that thought. Is you thirst trapping right now, cooking and shit for the men that's gonna watch this damn YouTube so they get. See, you think you slick? I picked up on that shit. You got the damn red onion and shit. You've been chopping up shit. I see. You ain't slick, damn it. Y'all don't fall for this bullshit.
Thirst trapping and the vegan meal. So
Oh damn.
you know,
So you can get the Grand Rising Queen dudes. That's what you're trying to get? Trying to get them
no,
dudes? I thought she didn't
no.
like them. She don't
I
like
was so
y'all.
mad at you.
She don't like
I
y'all.
was so mad at you. You put that thing. You responded to that foolishness on that
Grand
message. I was
Rising
so
Queen.
mad. Stupid. No. So, but in general, we can't ignore the like to me, if I gave you every aspect, financial, all these things, would you agree that you would want to come back as a woman?
Yeah, if everything,
Just
I would
on the
say
physical part
if
alone.
we talking about everything on the physical part alone, yeah, it'd be done. It'll be done. Yeah, on the physical. I was talking about the ability to make it. That's what I was.
Baby come out of where? Nah.
Yeah,
Penis,
yeah,
please.
yeah. Based on the physical alone, yeah, I would say no. Um,
Even STDs,
yeah,
even
yeah, STDs.
STDs will
Guess what?
not show up in a man,
Guess
but will
what?
show up in a woman.
Guess what? Blame Eve. Blame
Shut up.
Eve. Hey, that y'all sister.
You shut up. Get the hell out of here with that foolishness.
Don't blame us. Blame Eve.
Even STDs, the
Yes.
disrespect.
Just
A
hey,
man
hey.
can walk around with STD, like just burning people, and they
No,
won't have a
no,
symptom.
no. If he burning, he gonna know he burning.
No, he burning people.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Like stuff like chlamydia,
trichomonas and yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah.
they can get away with walking around and just lighting people up and not changing anything. But a woman get it, it's like ow, 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 immediately.
While I'm baking bread, I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Ah. Uh, so so my thing is this. I think it's, am I saying that to say, like, getting you to agree, or saying that to the audience to say, hey, y'all need to be understand how hard women have it? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying awareness is everything, right? As a woman, awareness is just to understand. I'm not saying you can be. I'm like, I'm 43. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, woe is me, nigga. I'm like, I need to hurry up and find somebody who's willing to deal with me. Side note.
Keep on cutting onions. Come on.
So that guy who wanted to get married,
Mm-hmm.
he called me this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "You still single?" He said, "I'm still looking to get married."
See, look at you. You just don't want to act right. See, you about to defy the odds, right? And you just don't want to let it happen. It's
He
some
said,
bullshit. See, don't be like her, y'all. Don't be like her. She just stubborn. She's stubborn. That's that Lawton stubborn shit. Stop it.
"My problem is I like being single too much.
You see, there you
That's
go.
my problem.
There you
And
go.
I don't think it's a problem, but it is a factor of life and something you got to take into consideration.
Yeah.
And there are people, and like, here's the thing: like, awareness is everything.
Mhm.
Which, to go back to my original point, I don't think it's a problem for you to say, "Hey, I was married. I've done that. Did it, done it, got the t-shirt and got the debt to prove it." Um, for me, I'm not in a place where it's okay for me to sit here and say, I'm not in a place where I want to change my life to include somebody else in it. And that's fine. But you know what I can't do? Come to you, brother, and be like, hey, all these niggas trash. They don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the problem with I think a lot of men when they have the issue with women, right? Is that y'all very vocal about stuff, but it's not just, it's not the dude's fault. I mean, it's the dudes that you come around and do whatever, but it's not every man's fault. And y'all try to, it's gonna be all right. You don't have to cry for us. It's
Yeah, I'm crying for y'all. I'm so sorry.
it's
It's
not.
so
Look,
hard.
look. Here you go. It's not every dude's fault. It's just that we get the blame for everything. And I'm being specific with the black man right now. We get the blame for everything. From uh pandemic or whatever they want is a black man's
Yeah,
problem.
the
You know.
pandemic.
I
How
mean,
black people got the
come on, you remember
pandemic?
one time, you remember at one point they was talking about black folks and stuff, and is in the black community is this, that, the other, and at one point it was talking that mess. But we tend to get a lot of the blame and the pushback when it comes to stuff between us, between men and women. And it's like, if that's what you choose to do, right? You choose a single life. Speaking for myself, right? At the age you are, which you cannot bear children no more, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter with the community. It doesn't hurt the community, right? You being married or not married doesn't hurt the community. What hurts the community,
Twisted. I can still make some mistakes. I can pop out something now. Don't make it
I say
twisted.
when you get past childbearing years, I
Oh,
was
okay.
specific.
Oh yeah,
I was
girl, pull it up.
specific. What?
Pull it up. If
Yeah,
you get past,
do what you do. It's nothing because you're not hurting the community. My whole thing from talking about marriage, from talking about raising kids and stuff, is the community building thing. At your younger ages, 19 through whatever, you should be trying to look for a husband because it's going to help the community. As many families, communities, families, basically, as many families that have good, wholesome, whatever families, with kids, raising their kids right, we'll have a better community. we will have a better community.
So you did I ever send you Defiant Digital videos of Cancel Court?
Yeah, you sent me a couple of them. Yeah.
Okay, shit's hilarious. If y'all get to watch it, watch it. Shit's hilarious. They just did one on the trial of the Democratic Party. Now, it wasn't as funny as it was true. Okay. Like, it was like, damn, this shit's true. But so I say that to say my answer is I understand what your attempt and I understand what you're saying. I'm saying no. No way. At this particular point, if you ask me today, if like, and the only thing I have, like the people I love or, just strangers in the street, would I tell a woman to marry a man, a black man, just, but statistically speaking, right? To marry a black man and start having kids so we can help the community? I disagree because right now we're in a place where Black men are statistically are seeing themselves in a place where they want to spread their seed with multiple people. They want to do like they're undermining the strength of the family unit. Black women are being seen statistically, people, as the people who are using their children as leverage to get. It's not healthy, is what I'm trying to say. I don't advocate any of this. I advocate at this particular point, if I were talking to people, I'm like, we need therapy. We need to figure out how to be good to ourselves, good to our partner, and good to our children and exist in this world. We also need financial literacy to where we're growing and creating, not necessarily businesses. You can work for people. It's fine.
We need to stop. We need to stop entrepreneur stuff too. We need to stop that because if you have a bunch of entrepreneurs, nobody's there to buy the product. It can become oversaturated because they all selling the same stuff. You can't. Everybody can't do it. So
I agree with that. And there's nothing wrong with entrepreneurs. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to be entrepreneurs. But also, you need to be prepared to be an entrepreneur.
Well, some of that. When I say entrepreneur, I mean that you don't have any other money but the money you're trying to create. That's what I'm talking about. You can supplement your income and have a business. That's something totally different. But
I don't disagree or agree with you. I'm just saying if you're gonna do it, there's reason. Like I'm saying the same thing I'm saying about this whole dating game. I'm saying the same thing I'm saying. Y'all got to understand the decision you make. Me saying to you right now that being single is the decision I make because I feel like it's the best one for me. It's also me saying that I'm going to get older and be alone.
Yeah.
And I have to understand what I'm the soil that I'm planting, the seeds that I'm planting is going to reap what you get. With the fruit. So you people going out here and fucking this person, fucking that person, fucking this person, and then you wonder why you ain't got no money because you got all this child support payments you got to make.
So Nicole, let me speak on that because that is something you said in there. Majority men do not have multiple baby mamas. Majority Black men.
Well, no, that was just an example.
Okay. I was about to say because and that's what
women an example believe, based on the.
That's what I'm saying. That's what women believe, and the thing with that is that if you believe that feeds the cycle, right? That it's okay to do that.
Well, but you also have to understand, like, the loudest people are usually the fucked up ones.
Yeah,
right?
and I agree.
The ones who comment at you on Tinder, like, "Hey, Queen, hey, Grand Ryan," like those kind of people. So you can't.
I was breaking in to say that because I don't want nobody else to hear that and be like, okay, yeah, this validates what these women saying or whatever over here. That validates that because it doesn't.
They do exist though.
We do what?
They do exist.
It exists, but the thing is, so there's a 80-20 rule that's also with that, right? Just like you.
Yeah, but my thing is this: if the 20, like if we go like, I'm not sitting here saying, look, I'm not going to lower my intelligence for the people who can't catch it. If you want to be that kind of person that thinks that all men are terrible, nothing I say ain't going to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for women. Nothing I say ain't going to change that because you have a narrative that you're trying to support. What I'm saying is
Young
this.
folks that don't know either way, and that's my concern about saying certain things, because the young folks don't have anything but what the older people, they hear the older people say, and if they don't hear counter
Really,
arguments.
them young folks are the ones having multiple baby mamas. It's that age group.
Yeah, it is, and it is. I agree with you. But for the ones that don't, right? If you don't say, okay, if you don't give both sides of the spectrum, right? How can a young person make that informed decision?
No, I'm fine with you saying that, but
okay.
I'm just telling you, just because you said that doesn't mean that, like I do, I did do online dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sent you that. I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell the community in a second what happened.
Wonderful experience. Wonderful experience.
I've done online dating. Out of all the people that I've talked to, the ones that I gave a chance, all of them just had one baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The ones I gave a chance. It just so happened to be happenstance. It wasn't like I was like, ew, I didn't do that. It was just happenstance that it happened like that. Mm-hmm. But the ones who tried to talk to me, the fuck boys,
the ones that was very persistent in coming after you, are all the ones that ain't supposed to, you don't want to be bothered with.
Yes. And so you got to be very careful about who you give and allow in your circle and your energy, because even though the numbers don't support there being a lot of those people are they're doing a lot of work. They putting in a lot of hours.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's all they do all time of night. Hey girl, I see your light on. How you doing, Queen? Queen, how you doing? I see you. You must need some company, don't you? Don't you want to talk? Let's talk about the sunshine and go build. Let's build something. We got to build things together.
I'm looking for somebody who can support me, who can help me build stuff. What?
Mm-hmm.
No. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's a majority, but I'm saying those people are hard at work trying to undermine the other ones. Yeah, just like they're bad every other thing, right? So I'm trying to like I sent you that post my homegirl got, that message she got on Facebook dating that said that dude said, she's like, hey, what you looking for? I said, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. All I got to offer you is good dick. Well,
let me go ahead.
I will disappoint you in every other way.
Let's go like that one.
He said, I will disappoint you in every other way. I said,
hey,
God damn.
That's some real shit for your ass.
I hollered. I don't know why that tickled me. Oh, that tickled me. Oh, that tickled me. I was like, God damn.
Hey, you know where to get some good dick. You know where to get some good dick. Good dick Dante.
So here's the thing. I didn't have a problem with him. Even my homegirl didn't have a problem with it. She's like, thank you for letting me know. And she just blocked him. Right?
I appreciate you. Is she gonna tell you when she unblock him? No, that's what I need to
know. That's the one you know. That's my friend who you know. She ain't unblocking him.
Okay.
She ain't unblocking him. Ooh. That's a different story for a different day. But I gotta tell you, we got there has to be a day where we do F boys and F girls stories.
Okay. All right.
The best of.
Okay.
There has to be, because I'm getting too many good stories and I'm like,
all right. We could do shorts in between Sundays and just post them.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. But so what he's sowing and what he's gonna get, like you have to understand the result of what you do. And you have to take ownership of your part that you play in what you sow. Right? You have to, that's it. At the end of the day, everything is you are more powerful than anything else. Nobody did anything to you that you didn't allow to be done.
Allowed to happen. Yeah. You got to take ownership of your shit.
So So the only thing I will say is because I'm not saying the reason why I say that women have it worse is because you have to put up with their stuff. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying women understand that you have it worse. So you need to figure out which, like, the time clock is short for you to figure out what you want, what you need, what you deserve, and also give yourself forgiveness to reevaluate and whatever. But you leaning on somebody else for the answer, meaning via a relationship or a man, ain't gonna give it to you. I'm not saying don't get in a relationship. I'm saying you got to figure out how to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And thriving means that you have to take a full assessment of your whole situation.
The
Are
true
you
is
375 pounds?
a true assessment.
Yeah.
You know, outside of what everybody else saying about, what women are and what's women doing, you have to look at yourself, assess yourself in this whole grand scheme of things. Because it's
Mhm.
easy to get caught up in black girl magic and women are doing this, women are doing this, women are having great strides and this, that, the other. But what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you part of that equation?
Same thing goes for men.
Yeah,
You need to
all
start
day long.
assessing stuff and stop kicking the can down the line and say, I'll deal with it later. Right now, I'm just trying to and then if I'm being absolutely honest, generally speaking,
Mhm.
uh, men think with they dick too much.
No, I agree. So, and I agree with that. So the thing about men though is that the world tells men they ain't shit, and black women in our community quick to tell men they ain't shit. So we have assessment ourselves. Well, we don't have a personal assessment. We get
They just
evaluated by
lean
other
into
folks.
a narrative that exists already.
Yeah, we get fed by other folks different stuff, and we either believe it and we go with it, or we don't. We said, "Nah, I got to do better," and we start building and start doing things for us to become better, so we can become a better partner or a better candidate for women, and also for what's going on in this world.
I'm gonna push back on that because my answer is if I'm telling women that they have to take accountability for the things they let in their life, you have to take accountability and for the things just because
I
everybody
didn't
say
say
you
that
ain't
was
shit don't mean
no.
you ain't shit.
Okay, I didn't say that. What I said was that we get told all the time.
Yeah,
We get measured where women don't get measured the same way. We get measured
yeah,
so
we do. Not the same way, but we get measured.
okay, so are you going to tell me that y'all get measured just as harshly as men? That's what I'm trying to say.
It depends on how you define harsh, right? Because I mean, for the longest time, I was just pretty for a dark skinned girl, right?
Okay, and,
Like I needed to lose weight. I needed to do. There was all these different things I needed to do to get people's attention, to be worthy of something. I've had people tell me, "You're never gonna get anybody with this kind of attitude. You're never gonna do this." Like it was like everything. You're too smart for people. Like
mhm,
I can sit if I gave a shit about their opinion,
mhm,
it could have affected me. My thing is this: I'm not telling you it ain't tiring to hear it. I'm
mhm,
telling you you ain't got to do nothing about it. Those people don't need to be in your life. Fuck them. Move on.
mhm.
Like those people who told me those things are not around. In my circle, my tribe, they understand who I am and they understand my flaws and all, but they still understand it. So it's not like I'm not getting constantly fed negative reinforcement. You just hanging around the wrong fuckers.
So you're talking about image, and I'm talking about hatred. That's what I'm talking about.
But I'm
I'm
talking about hatred too. You think those people like you
okay.
to tell you that?
No, no, okay. You're so some of that, and I think the way you perceived it, because from what I take, some of that stuff is from what I like you said, okay, you said about your weight, right? For what I think, they might think they're actually helping you by talking to you.
I'm okay with that one. We agree. Like if they're
Okay.
trying, like there are certain people who are
Yeah,
like, yeah,
there's certain people that just perceive different things a certain way. What I mean by hatred, I mean like you go somewhere and people, you can actually see people, walking the other side of the street, clutching the stuff, like or just visually, you're a dark skinned dude. You're a dark skinned dude, so you're gonna do us something, right? Based
yeah, but
on
that same thing has happened to me. I've had people cross the street and clutch their bag,
oh, okay. Well, I don't
and
know.
I'm like, I'm a
You
shit.
probably looking manly. You was probably looking manly that day. I don't
What
know.
else?
I don't,
And then there's that,
I
right?
don't
Because
know.
it is like I'm
I
not
don't
a small girl. I'm 5'9" and a half. Like, and then you have to be considered like people question your sexuality about stuff, and then there's that. Like if you fed into these things, right? But I've had people do that. I've had men sit there and pat their wallet. Oh, what the hell just happened? What? Like, what just happened? That's a different situation. If you're in a position where, like, I lived in a place where it was that track thing, where they were like the black people and the white people on the other side of the track. I lived in those areas. So I've experienced that. That's not independent to a man's situation. Now, is it more likely to happen with a man? I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Then we're going to talk about police being God damn, I lost my train of thought. Just police looking at you as you're a black man. Okay, let's see. He must be dealing drugs. He must be, speaking of dealing drugs, you don't know how many times I've been just approached trying to buy drugs from me because I'm a black dude. I'm dead ass serious. Man, okay.
Hey, what you holding?
Quick story. We was in Panama City. Panama City. It was me, guys I work with. There's a couple white dudes, and I think it was about 3 black dudes, maybe 3 or 4 white dudes. And I'm staying up there in this little bowling alley game thing and some other stuff going on down there. And this white chick was looking at me, and they was like, man, that girl bad. Look, she watching you. She looking at you. So she walks up, comes in between me and the white guy, and just come talk to me. Come talk to me in my ear. And I'm like, what? What? And I said, hell no. And then it was like, and she just ran away, right? So he was like, man, you told that girl no, she was hot as fuck. Man, I'm like, man, that girl just asked me, did I have some coke? And I'm like, and they thought that was the funniest shit in the world. Like, okay,
that's funny until you get arrested.
Yeah.
That's called arrest her.
But it happened 3 times. 2 times when I was with them, with one of the other white guys that went to Chattanooga with us, and it happened 1 time then. So I'm like, that's what I used to get. And I'm like, man, being a person that that's trying to do the right thing, that's trying to and don't want to be viewed a certain way. That's just they view us as drug dealers, as gangsters, and all that other stuff. It ain't worth the breath you breathe. So I don't know. But
oh, goddamn, I thought
no, she went to the coke. She wanted some coke, and I was holding some booger sugar.
Do you understand? Like I've only been offered coke 1 time in my life, right? It just so happened that I was in the bathroom when it happened. So he was like, "Oh, good manners, coke."
Yeah. No, the dude did me that too 1 time. You was sitting there and you say, "You want something?" Nah, nigga. What do I look? No.
I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it is. Because it's like, what?
It's normal to them. It's normal.
I've also
party
had
favors. Here, party favor. Whee!
You didn't have that happen in Cancun?
What? Nah. Oh no. Yeah, actually in that flea market, the guy was just saying it to all of us. I got he was just random. Got smoke, got this, got that. And I'm like,
got pills, got this. Yeah,
exactly. I was like, man, go sit down. So
but yeah, no, and I agree with you. And you have to fight these stigmas, and it fucking sucks. How do we get to a place of, I'm trying to figure out how to frame this. How do we get to a place of appreciation for everybody's experience instead of saying, understand my position, I got it bad. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll be the first one to sit here and say that I've heard it with women where it's like, oh, you don't understand what it's like to be a woman. And I get it. You don't understand what it's like to be a woman, but you also don't understand what it's like to be a man. You also don't understand what it's like to be somebody who is transgender. Like, there's a lot of learned experiences that we have no earthly idea about. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything.
So I don't want to do the trauma Olympics, because that's what Olympics. No, that's what usually turns out to be the trauma Olympics. Like, whoever got the best trauma, they just going through the damn finish line and shit. You'll see a picture of and everything.
was hilarious to me. Okay.
The transgender with heels on running through that motherfucker and shit, Yeah, so I don't want to, I don't want to do that, but I because I mean we all have issues and trauma, and I agree that personally, like I mean, you need to get sought, see somebody about the issues you have. Other than that, you're bringing those issues back into the world against, to other people, and you just causing more issues. I
Well,
agree. Say it again.
so so to go back to
The
Fresh
trauma.
and Fit, and not
Oh,
trying to go, they're unattractive men, right?
there you go. That's the overall point of this. Fresh and Fit is unattractive.
No,
They
I didn't
they're
understand how
buying pie out
unattractive
here.
they were.
They're buying pie out here in these streets. So go ahead.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing: they're buying pie, right?
Mhm,
So that's my point. They're
mhm,
spending their money on this, and it's like, all right, well, I understand,
mhm.
but here's the like, I think they're unattractive. Not the world's not doesn't think they're
Mhm.
unattractive. I'm sure there's somebody who's like, yeah, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like,
But they
you
have
need,
money, so that's not.
yeah,
You
but money don't last.
No, it don't. But you could get. I mean, we're in a capitalist society, so you get some of that, and you can feel vindicated because you got some of that. So.
So what
Depends
happens
on
when you get
depending
older?
on the woman. So depending on the woman's standards that we're talking about.
What happens when you get older, though?
Okay, and that's the thing. You age out of that, and that's there was a I can't remember if it was a porn star or a strip. It was a porn star that was complaining that now she's older and she's complaining that I feel so bad and I did this back in the day and all this other stuff, but you made $5 million. You leveraged your beauty, made $5 million. Now you can't go back and complain about the shit you did. You did that knowing you was doing something. You was doing something. You knew what you did.
I don't think you can complain about it, but I think you could go back and say, if I
She
had
was
it to
looking for
do over
sympathy,
again.
basically. She was looking for sympathy for living that and objectified. Now, oh, you know what it was? Now nobody wants to deal with me now. Now that I'm up in age and old, nobody wants to deal with me. Okay.
So you didn't think ahead of time to figure out I need like,
No,
and I say this
no,
all the
they
time.
shit. No, that's what happens. Yes.
I tell my nieces this all the time. You're a pretty girl. Be more than just a pretty girl. Because there's a ton of pretty girls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's an unlimited supply of pretty women. Unlimited. But that, speaking of our niece, right? That's what I was trying to tell her, like, because she said she wants to be married and everything, and I'm like, all right, cool. So the thing is, you need to understand that there is a time frame. There's a time frame to for the best outcome, right? For the probability of it. There's a time frame of it. Yeah, it's always
Mhm.
possible after the fact. Your mother is a shining example of somebody that went against the grain. No, I mean, no, I'm not being, no, I'm not being negative. Stop laughing because I'm not doing that. Stop laughing. No, I'm just saying she is a shining example of somebody that beat
I'm
the odds. That
telling.
do what?
I'm telling.
No, I'm not being. No, I'm not being negative. I'm not doing that because you over there laughing like I'm doing it, but I'm not. What I'm saying is like she's not your norm, right? So you might not the norm that your mother has done it not once but twice. Your mother's done it twice. I would bet on your mother. Like I would bet on her. I'll put my money on her because she's done it twice. She has a track record. But I'm just saying you're not going to have that same, or you might not have the same outcome. So I wouldn't like look at that and say, okay, yeah, I could do it. It's possible. It's possible. It might not be. We're talking about different age ranges. We talk about a whole bunch of different factors. So I
I
said,
think I think that is I think that is in context. I think it's taken. I think there's more to the story because I don't want her just getting married,
no,
right?
and that's not what I'm saying. When I say that, you keep on jumping like, well, they shouldn't just get married. No, what I'm saying is that you need to understand there's a time frame, and I also told, hey, you need to be looking at me like I'm Google Maps. So I'm like a Waze, right? You need to come talk to people that can gear you in the right way because
Oh,
there's
okay.
information. We have
Okay.
like as black folks, right? We got to repeat every generation. We got to repeat lessons, right? It's like we never go back to the people above us and say, okay, what did you learn about this, and try to make a more informed decision. So I'm not just saying go out and get
There's
married.
a reason for that, though. The black community is highly judgmental
So what? I mean, we need to stop. See, that to me. That's like
in an ignorant way. Like
and
they start quoting Bible verses. They start like the no, like some of it's like I'm sorry, like again, it's to me it's like if
who's your
if
mother?
you,
Who's your mother?
huh,
Who's your
huh?
mother? Who's your mother?
That's what I mean.
Okay, okay. So what you have to understand, right? You take certain bits of information, you look at the outcomes. You know you it's you need logical thought. You need to have some kind of logical thought.
They
And if
need to learn logical thought. And there's a
they
lot of people in
and
communities that don't teach logical thought to their kids because they don't have logical thought. So you're asking somebody who grew up like you're asking people who grew up in like understand the dynamics is our mom segregated a school.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
this is not that it's
Integrated,
not
not
as
segregated. I mean,
simple.
you went backwards. Integrated.
Integrated, sorry.
Goddamn,
Integrated. Thank you.
segregated.
Segregated, yeah, my bad. Integrated a school.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
this is not that simple. And if you come from I felt bad I said this today. I was talking to somebody and they were telling me but I really meant what I said because it came out without me thinking. They were telling me how uh uh black people they're not African American. They were like how black people need to have more pride. And I said pride is for poor people.
But pride from where?
No, pride is for poor people. The most times I talk to people are always people who like pride. I'm proud to be an American. You poor.
Oh, that's all you have, basically. I get you.
Yes, that's the
That's all
only
you have.
currency
You
you
hold on
have.
to the only thing you have. Yeah, I got you. I got you. But
So
even at that, even from that other aspect of that is that pride from where everything we could have been proud of, you erased it basically. Even if it was, you erased it. So proud of what? What you gave us? The
I,
handouts?
I just think the terminology of proud in general is just overused and under undervalued commodity that will never be traded at the value you're
Well,
looking for it to
you
be
can't
traded
trade
at.
pride. You can't trade pride for anything financially. You can't take
Nope.
pride and leverage it for financial gain. You can't do that. That's just a
So
term to make you feel good.
and that's my problem when it comes to we're talking about something as simple as the black community is like they sit they their currency is pride.
And,
Don't you dare make this family look bad.
that's a
Don't
problem.
you
That's a problem.
so it's hard to sit there and tell people who I've still heard to this day, what was she wearing when you found out somebody got raped?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Like I'm
no,
just
no.
saying that's why I'm like it's hard for me to join you here. I understand the ideology that you have in it, and I'm not disagreeing. If we could find a place where we could get to healthy, then absolutely, absolutely. But I think that I don't think marriage is the issue. Because I mean, you have like I will say this: if a
Community.
like
I mean, think about building communities. How can we have communities without that, Nicole?
girl, look, the community belongs to the man. The community doesn't belong. It doesn't protect the woman. The
What?
man
Excuse
protects
me?
the woman. The community protects
Community?
the man.
No, no. Oh, Jesus, really?
Yes, I thought.
Community. Community, build community and families. If you have women that respect men and they have men in their lives, right? The men will protect the community. A network of men protects community.
All right. So this is why I say that. When I think of community, as of now,
Mhm.
not this ideology of a future that could happen, right?
Yeah.
As of now, when I think of community, um I think of the churches, right? The churches were a big thing in the black community.
Mhm.
The staple, the family unit was surrounded by the church, right?
But
What
that's not
happened?
now, though. That's not now, though. You said as of now.
But there's nothing now that has that.
Yes, it is. You know what the community is now?
What?
Single mothers, a bunch of single mothers.
So I'm saying that idea that you're trying to sell
Mhm.
about supporting a family unit with a man and a
Mhm.
husband and a wife.
Mhm.
I'm saying the only reference we have to that is during that time.
No, the reference they have is other cultures, other
They're
cultures.
not our culture. So
Don't
I'm
not
talking about
no.
as it pertains to black people, the only historic reference that we have as it pertains to black people comes from um the black church and it was a family unit. There was that, right?
Okay.
However, I know how many stories of the woman who was getting her ass beat handed to her, and everybody was like, "Oh, everybody looking the other way,"
Okay. But
or
did that
he was
happen?
cheating.
Yes, but that we're looking at horror stories, right? There's all kind of
That's not
horror
horror
stories.
story. That was just the understanding. That was just a
No,
natural way of doing. I told you when I got married, our aunt, told me that men are going to do things.
and that was her ignorance. You can't
It's
take
not
one
about her
person's
ignorance;
ignorance.
it's her experience. I'm not going to
Which
call
one
her
told you
experience.
that? Which one told you that?
I'm not going to put. I don't know. I'll tell you
I
later.
know, put it out. Just give me an
She was
initial.
married. Well,
Okay,
either what
okay,
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna
okay,
tell you later because I ain't
okay.
gonna start that trial. But my point being is that's her
That was
experience, and her
ignorance,
experience
though.
holds
That was
merit. It's
ignorance.
not ignorant. It's not one. It's not ignorant because it was true. It was true. Mark made cheating an Olympic sport. Okay, so
No,
it
okay,
can't be ignorant if it
no,
happens.
no, and that's yeah. So and
So
that's that.
we can't ignore people's experiences.
We
We
can't no,
cannot do that. We
we
can't
can't make
undervalue and
comparisons
ignore
with
it.
everybody, every person, right?
I don't
Which
know one story that doesn't. I don't know one story that does not. That people have told me that's not cheating.
okay, okay.
I don't
Once
know one.
and you might not know one, but that does not mean that this is the everybody's story. We
I'm
can't
not
make
saying it's
everybody's
everybody, but I'm
story.
saying majority speaking,
We
cheating
can't
has
do it.
always been okay.
Okay,
Majority speaking,
so
women have always been seen as undervalued in the Black community, and to the point where women attack women in the Black community. That's
that has
why I
nothing to do
say
with men. No, that has nothing to
that
do with men in
does
the community.
because
No, it don't.
women want men's approval.
They don't
They,
do. They don't do it in front of men.
preach your value.
They'll do it to each other. Women has always been on the side with each other, talking about each other. That's
That's
women's
not.
shit.
I'm not
That has
talking
nothing
about
to do
talking
with men.
about. I'm talking about men talk about each other. I'm not talking about that.
Yes,
I'm
that's
talking
what
about
I'm
from the
saying.
standpoint of the damage. The damage comes from the community supporting the man. It's not a fair. It's not a fair. This whole idea is not fair to the woman.
The community
Once
doesn't
a woman
support
gets
the
pregnant,
man.
her value is in her getting pregnant. Her value
That's
is
true. That is
providing a
true.
family.
That is true. I agree with that. But that has
So
nothing
what?
to do with
So then,
there's
what's
nothing to do
my
with our
leverage?
community. There's nothing that can
It
do with our
does.
community though. No,
It
it
does.
don't.
As
That's
as
anybody.
a
That's
singular Black
anybody.
woman, I don't want
In the
my
animal
importance
kingdom,
in the
that's
world.
everybody. That's in the animal kingdom too. That's
I
not
don't
just
care.
in our community.
I don't care. We're not animals. We're thinkers. I
Yes,
don't
we are
care.
animals. We're mammals.
No, we're not.
Watch
We're
my show
thinkers.
Tuesday. Watch my show
We're
Tuesday.
thinkers.
Watch my show Tuesday. It actually is going to be on that topic. Watch my show Tuesday.
That's fine. My opinion still stands.
Okay.
We're thinkers. We're creators. Like
Okay.
I'm an engineer.
We're a high
I'm
form
just as smart
animal.
as an
We're a high
engineer as
form
a man.
animal. Okay.
So my creating of the world, my creating of buildings, my creating of roads does not devalue because I have a vagina. But if we sit there and stick with
We're
this
not talking about
ideology,
devaluing you. Nobody said about devalue. You
I'm
said
saying it
your
devalues you.
your point was the community supports the men. That's not the truth. Not
It
today.
is the
That's
truth.
not the truth.
It
That is
is the
not
truth.
the truth.
It is
No.
the truth. Still the truth.
Black community is a matriarchal society in the Black community.
I'm saying that if we go back to what the community you're talking about,
We're
it's
talking about
still going to
now.
support the man.
We're talking about now.
No, but I'm talking about this idea that you're selling. I don't agree with. That's just it. I hear what you're saying. I don't agree with it.
So
I don't. I'm talking as a woman.
give me what you agree with. What should happen then? Give me a
What
better
should happen?
solution. Give me a better solution.
So, but see, the problem is the solution will be based on what you think is a good outcome.
No.
I
What's the outcome for a community? How can you get a community?
see, that's what you're saying. I don't feel like that's not my solution. I don't exist for this community. I
you
exist for me.
should. No, you shouldn't. That's the problem. That is the problem, Nicole. That is the problem. Everybody cannot.
Call it what you want.
And that is the problem. That's why we have a community of people that don't feel nothing about other people. That's why we have that issue. That's why we have kids
That's
out
not
there
true.
killing. Yes,
I'm
we
not.
do.
I'm not a part of the problem. I do the work. I volunteer. I put the time in.
No, I'm not talking about volunteer. Listen what I'm saying. I'm talking about the mindset that you have nothing to do with the community. The mindset.
No, I didn't say that. I said it. I didn't say that. I said I'm not going to advocate for the community. I'm going to focus on me.
No,
because the community would have me in a position where I was lesser than. They're not looking at it. There was a time we talked about this, and you agreed with me. We're not looking at it.
Depends on what context was in. Now, what are we talking about?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
There was a time frame where we talked about this, and where it was like if in a perfect world we can look at this person and say, hey, doesn't matter whether you have a penis or a vagina. If you're the smart one in the relationship, then you need to be doing this. If you're the strong one in the relationship, you need to be doing this independent of sex.
In a
Right?
perfect world. That's a
No,
whole
it's
different
not a
concept.
perfect world. That's
Okay,
the world
thank
I want.
you. That's why we
That's the
cannot.
world I want.
But you can't have it. There's no such thing as perfect world. And
I want anarchy.
you can't have it.
I want
And you
anarchy
just burn things out. That is the problem.
to the ground. To the ground. Just
Okay.
like we should do with the Democratic Party. To the ground.
Okay, let's not bring politics in. We're talking about this community. We're talking about community that's behind every other community, right? We're at the very tail end from every other community. So you just want us to die. You just want us to die and go off, right? Just die.
No, I want me to win. I want me to succeed.
But you're talking about
if we can't get to a point where you're willing to let you're willing to put your pride aside to look at the greater good.
What pride?
Not use your say, just in general.
What are you talking about?
The pride of just being a man.
It's not about being a man. It's not about that. It's about building the community.
How do you build the community? How do you build the community?
You have to have families. You have to have families.
So what if the man takes care of the family?
What?
What if the man takes care of the family? What if I'm a provider?
Families. I didn't say a hierarchical structure. I never said that. I said you have.
Then we're not disagreeing.
Do what?
We're not disagreeing.
Okay, but
as long as you're clear, there's a hierarchy, and it shouldn't be based on your penis or your vagina.
I never said that. I never
agree with that.
But have a community
I said that from jump. I said that from jump. We should let you said that's a perfect world. I said that from jump. If you agree with that, then I'm fine.
Agree with what?
If y'all willing to understand that, stop putting your pride in front stuff and saying I'm the man, and understand, and you look at your partner.
Nowhere during this conversation that we say anything about pride. I never say anything about pride or putting anything.
I'm saying that.
You added that to
it. I've been saying pride.
I've been
saying this is.
I said the only way to have a community. That's my overall point. Is to have families. You cannot have individualism and have a community. You can't do it. It's not possible. It's not possible.
And I'm saying you can't ignore the fact that as long as you're not willing to ignore the fact that a vagina, like you're not evaluating stuff based on the fact that she has a penis, like he has a penis and she has a vagina. Like if you're willing to really look and say, all right, we're partnering up and we're going to make a family. How can we succeed as a family? And doesn't take into consideration those things.
I'm going to tell you why that's not an argument anymore. That's a non-argument. I'm going to tell you why, right?
Mm-hmm.
LGBTQIA, right? Because it doesn't look the same as all that. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't look. We've erased that. We've kind of erased that, right? Men and men can have a family. Women and women can have a family.
We're talking about the Black community.
That is part of the Black community. They are part of the Black community.
They are, but they're not accepted.
Come on now. If I'm saying they're part of the Black community, we cannot say they're not Black because
that's you. You're more progressive.
But I'm just saying,
in general.
Listen, I'm saying anybody. Nobody can say they're not part of Black community because they're not. Are you telling me?
Are you telling me that the Black community is willing to accept the LGBTQIA community at this point?
At this point, how can you not accept them? How can you
that's not the question. The question is have them.
Let me ask you this: what is your idea of acceptance? That's the first thing. What's your idea of acceptance?
I mean, they're a part of the community structure. Right. So you're talking about building together, working together as a family. That means you got to work with them, too.
OK, yes. But what are they doing? The whole thing is right. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we trying to do? Right. What are we trying to do? Building community. What it takes to build a community. If they could come in, let's say adopt kids. Right. They're part of the community. The only way to build community is to have kids and teach your kids certain values and then grow from there. That's the only way to do it.
What values are they teaching them?
That's why I say with older people. Right. I don't care what they do because they're not having kids. They're over there. It don't matter. You can't have kids. You're not having kids. You're not willing to have kids. You're over there. What I'm talking about is the community to keep the Black people thriving and to keep us and get us to a certain place because we are fucked right now. People just don't understand. We are fucked in this community.
So I still stand by what I'm saying. And so what I said was, if we can get to a place where the value that we place, which is the whole point of this podcast part, and we get to a place where we can place value on the person independent of their sex, then I don't have a problem with the community. If you're okay with that, I don't have a problem with the community.
I don't have no problem with that. But the only issue I have with that, if women don't want to be looked at as only that, right, then we have to stop doing certain things that women do. We have to stop leveraging our vaginas for profit.
Okay.
If you stop doing that, to see the thing is you can't stand
But
on the
men got to stop putting their prices up. They got to stop putting prices on themselves.
No. Listen to this. If women don't do it, what is it called if a woman don't participate in that? What is it called if a man does it? What is it called? We go to jail for that shit. What is it called?
Prostitution?
No, it's called sexual assault. It's called rape. It's called, I can't remember what the other thing is called when it's prostitution, I guess. When you trying to buy something, or it's called stalking. It's all kind of things that if men do something that women don't want, what happens? Men go to jail behind that. What I'm saying is that
I'm not gonna hold women accountable to something that both parties should do. I think it's the responsibility of both parties. Stop putting your money out there to try to attract the best thing. Put more value on yourself. Put more value on what.
You talking about them saying, okay, I got money. I'm trying to. Okay, well,
that's supply and demand.
Ignore that shit. Ignore that shit.
It's not the woman's responsibility to ignore it. It's everybody's responsibility to take care of their own shit.
What's wrong? What is wrong with him saying I can take care of you and I can provide? What's wrong with that?
Nah.
That's all it is. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with the woman saying,
why do women get
I want to be taken care of?
Why do majority of women get with men?
No, I don't know.
Yes,
I mean, quite frankly, I was like, but my point being, you're saying that women need to stop leveraging their vagina. What is they leveraging their vagina?
I'm not saying that's what I believe. I'm saying in your world, what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if that's what y'all have to offer, then shut up.
Okay, there you go. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to give you that. I'm like, okay, if we're going to talk about that, then you're going to stop leveraging your vagina if you don't want to be looked at as only your sexual organs, right? Stop using that to get to a certain.
I didn't say that was a problem.
No,
if that's all you feel like you have to offer, that's fine. What I said was stop looking at women and men as vaginas and penises, right? The things that come in there. But if the woman is willing to be okay with doing that, if they're walking into their relationship like that, that ain't my goddamn business. But don't come to me when you say he don't respect me.
I think that's what's been going on, though, Nicole. And that's the thing you're arguing. I think that's been going on a lot. That's what's been going on forever. It's been hypergamous. Women have been getting with men because they want to be taken care of. And that's especially back in the day. So the stories you're talking about is women have been okay with that because they want to be taken care of. They took the good with the bad and they just took care. I mean, this is what I have to do in order to get this, basically. So
yeah, but they were taught that that's what they have to do.
Say it again.
They were taught that.
No, and I agree with you. And I agree with you there. I 100% agree with you. They were taught that.
So I mean, men were taught that this is what you do, and women were taught this is what you do, and we have to undo that learning. I can't be mad that people are playing by the rules that were given to them.
Mm-hmm.
And who gave us those rules? Our ancestors.
No, I agree with you. I mean,
I'm not saying that I'm against I'm not against the community. I'm against me not losing. But I don't want to lose.
See, the thing is, you got to understand, you being whatever who you are, right? Your belief and everything else. You have to reach out to people with like minds, right? You have to reach out to people like minds, and you have to educate the people with the like minds like you that want the same outcome you want or whatever. That's who you need to talk to, right? The people that want the outcomes of the family and everything else, they need to listen to somebody else, right? We have to stop making this blanket statements about stuff. What the hell is going on? I don't know what's going on. I don't speak whatever that language is.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. Yes, welcome. But yeah, you have to like, there's no one fit all answer now. Not now.
And I agree with you on that.
We have to.
I absolutely agree.
The community would look like this, Nicole. The community would be the community of people that want to be Nicole, live like Nicole. Y'all go over here, y'all do your community thing. Y'all do their community thing. Community that wants family, want to build family, they're gonna be here, but y'all shouldn't bleed over. We shouldn't bleed over telling y'all that y'all have to live this way. Like I said, I already distinguished. If y'all ain't trying to have kids and all that other stuff, y'all can do y'all thing over there. Screw like rabbits, do whatever. But the community needs to be a structured foundation to where
there's a market for those people who don't want to have kids, who want to screw like rabbits.
No, there's
those people are called aunties.
BDSMs.
No, they're aunties. They're the ones who come in and help the family. They're part of the family unit.
No, they're part of the family. What I'm saying is, don't try to impart certain things into that community that's focused on the family. Like, let's say We got a bunch of nieces. We got a ton of nieces, right? Shitload of nieces. So you know, you might have to do what?
We're 5-5, right? No,
Huh?
we're not.
No,
We're 7-3.
7-3.
No,
Yes.
7-3. Yeah, 7-3. Go ahead.
Yeah, 7-3. So it's 7-3. So we're gonna have some nieces, right, that want to be married. They go over here in this pile, right? We got some
Mhm.
nieces say, nah, I don't want to do that. They go on this pile, right? They shouldn't be telling the other one what to do with their, because that's what they want.
Oh no, I agree with that. If that's what you like, I said, I don't have a problem with people wanting to live their life they want to live. I just want, like, I think the community needs to take in consideration the full total, like, because there's support in all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of this helps build a community, but it takes keeping your judgment, keeping your pride, or whatever the case may be, however people see it, ego out of it, out of the situation, and really evaluating it from a true assessment, like what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, right now, all I see is people spending money, people fucking, people,
Oh yeah, trying to prove their value through the money they spend and how much they spend.
Yes.
And it's hurting our community. I did that
I
on our
agree with
podcast
that.
on Tuesday. Individualism, one of the cancers of our community. That was one of the shows. Not individual. I'm sorry, individual, but it was consumerism. I'm sorry, it was consumerism. So I mean, that's hurting our community.
I agree with that. I don't have a problem with that. Then I don't have a problem. Oh, okay, that's what you said. I was like, that's a comment.
Yeah, it ain't. I don't know.
I think that's a bot.
Yeah, okay. Hey, bots. Well, you ain't popping if you ain't getting bots and people. We popping. Okay.
You popping in these streets, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and if y'all want to know what I'm making a curry coconut chickpea to go with some brown rice and some steamed vegetables.
All you hotep niggas, y'all go holler at her. I'm gonna give y'all her email address, contact info. She
Hey,
calling out the hoteps,
I
Grand
love
Rising
it.
Queeners,
Make sure you say that too.
Grand
That's how
Rising
you.
Queen. Yeah,
That's how you ensure a
hey,
response.
hey, Nico, getting her inbox, Grand Rising Queen all day long. She gonna love it. Y'all hit her up, all y'all.
Don't set yourself up for you. But then we agree. I don't have a problem with that. I just like it's the arrogance where people like I can't say how many people be like, it's your position to follow me. I don't have a problem following. I need to follow somebody who's worth being followed. And also, a smart person understands that you need to be able to pick your moments of following and pick your moments of when you need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my problem. And some people, I've had guys sit there and say, I remember this one guy was like, "You gonna be alone because you don't know how to just follow. Like you need, I mean, like you need to follow me. What do you have to offer? Well, I can help you with your businesses.
The thing is,
They're my businesses.
off. You don't even pay them dudes no mind because you're gonna have idiots in any gender. So you have to.
Yeah, but those idiots are the loudest ones, and those are the ones who are constantly coming in contact with people. And I don't disagree with you, but they're coming in contact with people, and so you like. I can ignore them, but the answer is they're there.
And the thing is, nobody can do nothing about them. I can't. Men cannot do nothing about those dudes, right? Because those
people are talking to other people, like other guys who are actually rational, reasonable dudes. But they think that what they're saying makes sense because they think they are experiencing the same situations that these people are experiencing, and it's not the same experience.
Okay, she ain't cooking shit. Y'all just get out because she ain't cooking. She playing.
I'm cooking in this piece. That's why I'm moving around. Okay, you don't see these seasons? See all these seasons? All of that? That's 3 rows. I'm working on a 4th one. Oh, there it is. I was looking for that. Y'all help me out.
Had to put the camera up there so you can see. Ain't that a damn shame?
Y'all help me out. Thank y'all. Because I was like, I know I have coconut oil. Oh. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, then I agree with you. But you can't ignore people's experience. Like you have to address that to be able to say, hey, like one of my biggest problems is how men sit there and allow stupid people to say shit and they be like, oh man.
What you want us to do? Fight? Because
but you ain't got hate to do.
No, listen.
I don't agree with people who bring my stock value down.
Okay, so no, yeah, that's no, hold on. Women hang with other women all day long. You know what they do? Shoot behind their back, and they hang with women that do that all day long.
I don't hang with people who bring down my stock value.
You personally,
but I've seen you hang with people who bring down your stock value with that ignorant shit.
Nobody can speak for me. Nobody can't.
What you
one thing I'm good about, right? And I've been in situations with it. It depends on the subject, right? It depends on the subject. Certain things are not even worth discussing.
There was a whole conversation that we had that we never actually made. It never made it.
I don't even know what you're talking about because you never.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I'm about to tell you. There was a whole conversation we had that never, because we lost the footage, where one of your homeboys was talking about forcing women, and you was like, "Yo."
And what did I stop him? And what did I say?
But my point is, you did say something.
I was about to say.
I said there are certain people who shouldn't be like. I'd argue, and like nothing against that guy. I'm sure, minus the rape statement. I'm sure he's a lovely gentleman.
Was it a joke or what is it? What was going on? Because I don't even remember that. I don't remember but I remember saying something. I remember twice where I said something like, "Oh, dude."
To be fair, I don't remember the full conversation except to say my nieces ain't gonna be around him.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing I remember. I was like, nope. And so it's in my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm okay being wrong. But to me, it seems like the males are more likely to just, I don't know. Let me go back and let me think about that before I make a mistake.
Bring it up in another one because we
let me think about it because I got to think about
come
that.
Back, we're gonna revisit this.
Yeah, because I feel like I might be wrong. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah, think about it because I don't want to bring this a long thing, and we didn't got the crust of what we were saying, and I don't want the crust. Yeah, we got the crust, the crux of what we were saying.
The crux.
The crust.
Yeah, I know. So no, I think so. My main thing is because I want to take back that statement. I'm going to take back that statement where I say men don't call men out.
Shit, you seen it with Fresh and Fit. You seen it with Fresh and Fit.
Okay, no. You know why I say that? I realize what's happening. So I read this article, and it bothered me. So there's a woman.
Smoke because you read a damn article.
Well, I just come and read it. Like, let me tell you what this article was. Okay. Let me just be quick. I want you to understand how amped up this article was. Okay. So this woman was raped, right, and beaten. For context, this was in New Delhi.
Okay, it's not even America. Okay, gotcha.
No, it's not America.
Okay.
So what happened was, I'm sitting here reading this. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she was raped and beat. I can't believe she was raped and beat. Right? Then, come to find out, what happened was she was being stalked by this guy. Mm-hmm. The guy stalked her. He stalked her. He was, and I think this man had money too. So that's, I don't want to leave that out. He stalked her. He's like, I want to be with you, whatever. You need to leave your husband, leave your child, be with me. And she said no. So because he couldn't have her, he killed himself.
He killed himself?
Yes.
What the?
Nigga, but I didn't write this story. This is what happened. But it gets worse. So the family blamed her for him killing himself, right? Mm-hmm. So the family the men in the family decided to go to her and they gang raped her.
What the?
So they gang raped her. Then the women in his family said, "You're a whore. You got raped." So they proceeded to drag her down through the square, beating her and calling her a whore for getting raped by these people's family member. And now the woman, the victim's family, she's in, her whole family and her are in protective custody. Because people are still trying to hurt her because of what happened.
Okay, I'm
like,
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be whatever.
Okay, go with
that. That got to do with the price of tea in New Delhi.
What they got to do with the price of tea in America?
In New Delhi, yeah, in America. There you go.
No, it doesn't.
You know
but it bothered me. Like I was like, maybe I'm still sitting here with that on my chest because I'm sitting here like, wow. Maybe I was like, that's why I'm like, I don't know where it's coming from. Where is this coming from? I'm just being transparent with y'all's people in the world. Sometimes when you read stuff, it affects you. And that's
true. That's true.
So that's why I'm taking it back. I can't say that. But that shit was traumatizing. I couldn't believe it. Did I say I couldn't believe it? Because I can't believe it.
You should have said who got it worse in New Delhi. Then we could have ended all this 40 minutes ago.
Well, so if I said if you had a chance to come back, what country would you come back to? I'd be like America.
And I wouldn't kill myself because I couldn't get a little pie.
Amazing.
Obviously, he believed that if he go in the afterlife, he get her in the afterlife.
Well, I mean, look, anyway, I don't want. So I apologize to the viewers. I apologize.
I don't have my cancel. I don't have my cancel button on this side of the house. It's on the back middle side of the house, so I can't cancel you. But anyway,
you can't cancel me.
Yeah, because I don't have the cancel button. I have a whole cancel thing that go across the screen when we say something that might be inappropriate. I don't have it on this side of the house, so I couldn't.
Oh, you have it on your other show?
Yeah, I got it canceled. Little thing. So now I see I'm going to have to put it on this side now. So I know now.
How many times have y'all looked at that?
Oh, but I do have this.
Is it coming up?
You don't see it?
Oh,
but
now I see it. The warning.
This related content may be disturbing to some individuals.
Viewer discretion.
I did have that one.
You know what I don't have? Cayenne pepper. I don't use too on my cayenne pepper.
You're not from New Orleans. Come on, you know, you gone.
I'm hurting right now. I don't have cayenne. Will the cayenne paprika instead?
I don't think it's gonna say the same effect. I don't know. Look it up. I have no clue. Don't ask me.
Oh, you ain't selling nobody on your culinary skills.
No, I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show them things because I'm gonna get inboxes from that. They tend to view men that can cook a certain way over women that can cook.
What do you mean?
Oh, they love that shit.
Well, those people stay away from them. They can't cook.
Who?
Those people can't cook. Stay away from them.
Women don't want to cook, so they.
Cayenne pepper. Found it.
Anyway, I ain't about to stay here for this damn meal. I'm going to watch some TV.
You don't want to cook it when they call?
No, hell no. You do it on your own. I don't want to do it. Nope.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us.
All right. We'll see y'all next week with another topic. Hopefully she don't read no more articles.
I mean, the article was like weird. You didn't believe, but it was.
Yeah, I don't anyway. I'm good. All right. See y'all next week, peoples.
Bye-bye. All
right.
Oh,